Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I apologize. I was wrapped up in Batman versus Aliens. You may be asking yourself, what are we doing here? Well, it's a good question. The footage that you're about to see was shot over the initial days of my sailing adventure. And at first I wasn't sure what I was going to do with that footage, but I've decided to release it for friends and family who are interested, but felt it needed a bit of an introduction video, so here we are. So, if you don't know the backstory, my name is Patrick. For years, I've wanted to go on a bit of a boat adventure, and now's the time. I quit my job, I prepped a 30-foot Lancer sailboat, and phase one of this journey is to head from Fort Pierce, Florida, down to Marathon Key, Florida, just shy of Key West. You know, it's half a day by car, so how hard can it be by boat, right? Well, you're about to find out. In the meantime, I want to apologize right away for probably the bad directing decisions, probably the bad editing decisions, poor audio, overuse of scene wipes, probably poor use of Microsoft Paint for me to fill in the blanks. It's my first time attempting this, but you know, I'm getting better. You're going to hear a lot of annoying clicking sound in the audio. I've got that fixed. So it's going to be a learning experience for everyone involved. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy it. Like I just mentioned, here's the goal: to sail from Fort Pierce, Florida to Marathon Key, Florida. Unfortunately, I think I was so excited for this adventure that I forgot to take some video early on. I've just got a few pictures of day one. This is how it began. Pretty nice. East wind to get the sails up, as you can see. Sun is out. I'd say that's a good omen so far. Or not. This picture was taken moments before a front came through, and we got soaked. Turned our nice day into clouds and rain and lots of wind. So it was too windy to sail. We had to pull our sails in and motor the rest of the way. Oh, and when I say we, I should probably explain. Bruce is in another vessel ahead of mine in this picture. But we decided to be a little convoy. He wanted to go on this trip too. So, like I said, we just had to tough it out the rest of the day. Motor, which isn't a lot of fun, but eventually we made it to our anchorage at the night, which was Peck Lake, after a long day of dealing with wind and rain. So I'll let myself take it from here. So here we are, end of day one. It was a pretty wild day. We left today because we were supposed to get east winds 15 to 20 miles an hour, and we thought, hey, we're heading south. East wind's great. We can at least sail the first day. They turned out to be mostly southerly winds, 25 miles an hour, so pretty rough. We got stormed on. We had to motor sail half the way and then just motor the rest of the way. You can probably hear the wind right now. We're at anchor in Peck Lake. It's gonna be a rough night, I bet, if this wind keeps up. But spirits are high, you know? Oh, other problems of the day. This is my electrical equipment. Multimeter, soldering equipment, things like that. For whatever reason, I don't know why, as soon as we anchored and I started converting the boat back to living mode instead of sailing mode, I lost power to half of my equipment. Which is just fitting on the first day, you know? That switch panel has never given me problems in my entire, 6-7 year ownership of this boat. And day one we leave for the Keys. And we get here at anchor, and half of my stuff won't work, including my engine, GPS, depth finder, lights, interior lights, like important stuff. But luckily I'm semi-trained in this, so got my gear out. Bruce and I fixed that. I had some victory shots. Ron Rico. Unemployed sailors drink Ron Rico. And I guess this is why we're here, you know? Despite the wind, it's a pretty nice night out here. You may notice my bike that I'm trailering in my dinghy. That's how we do it in Fort Pierce. I'm not gonna keep that on the bow. I'm not gonna keep that bike below deck. I'm gonna throw it in the dinghy like I stole it and haul it 180 miles to the Keys. And hopefully it doesn't fall overboard. Oh, although speaking of falling overboard, I had a camping shower. One of those, it's basically just a sack with a spigot on the end. And I inherited it with this boat. So it's been sitting in a hatch for 6 or 7 years. And I always thought this will be great when I'm off the grid and I need a shower. So this morning I filled that thing. I set it right here so get plenty of sun. You know, I tested it while the boat was heeled over from sailing to make sure it wouldn't fall off. And it was fine. And what I didn't anticipate was these rich millionaire yahoos cruising by me full throttle in their 50-foot, you know, $10 million yachts. And the wake from that thing was rocking my boat 45 degrees each way. And this thing, I saw it go, and it's not like it's round and it's just gonna roll off the side. It's like a flat, rectangular pouch or sack of water. And despite that, just the momentum of the water sloshing back and forth, after the 4th or 5th time going back and forth, I guess it gained enough momentum and I'd watch that thing just go end over end off the side of the boat. Probably floating right now in St. Lucie Inlet. So if you pick that up, it's mine. I need that. Otherwise, this is gonna be a smelly trip. But I mean, that's the game. That's what I signed up for. You don't do this for comfort. It's a step above camping, a step below RVing. There are gonna be challenges. I'm gonna lose my camping shower. My electrical stuff is gonna fail and I'm gonna have to fix it. But, you know, this is a nice view. Okay, so just after sunrise, or roughly sunrise. Wind is still pretty rough, but it's not a bad view. Don't think I've moved. Yeah, compared to the other boats, I'm in pretty much the same spot, so that's good. That's good. 20 to probably 30 mile an hour winds all night. I don't think I really budged. That's almost a postcard right there. I talked with Bruce yesterday. The plan was, if these winds stayed as awful as they have been, we're probably just gonna stay here for the day. Ride it out, you know? And as you no doubt can hear, the winds are still pretty bad today. You know, I don't want to rag on weather, guys, because it's pretty cliche, but the forecast was 10-mile-an-hour winds this morning. 10. And listen to this crap. Oh well, that's the game, I guess. It's the game you sign up for on the seas. I'm gonna go back down. It's actually cold. It's probably 85 and getting chilly. Ugh. So, day 2's in the books. Pretty uneventful, I guess. Well, uneventful for me. Bruce had propeller failure, catastrophic propeller failure. So he had to get towed back to Harbor Town Marina, Fort Pierce. Which means I'm on my own. Which is a bummer. He was a good guy. I think he was excited for this, and it's good to have backup. But you know, I stayed here. It was pretty windy throughout most of the day. Just stayed at Peck Lake, anchored, waiting for this to blow over. It's calmed down now. It should stay this way for at least a few days. So I'm gonna get moving tomorrow. Tomorrow's goal is to get down to West Palm Beach. In the meantime, it's pretty nice here. Take a look around, you know? A few other boats anchored here as well. Not super big. Right on the other side of that tree line is the ocean, which I took a couple trips just to check out. Nice sunset here. Hopefully that's not blinding the camera. This layout almost reminds me of like the Great Lakes or the Boundary Waters canoe area, you know? Just a lake, a little lake with trees around it. Only difference is the ocean is right there. So, not a bad place to hunker down anyway. Again, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this video. Hopefully I'm getting myself in the picture, not the sunset at the moment. I don't know. It's nice, relaxing. I think I prefer the solitude of this kind of area compared to the activity of a city. So, not real thrilled to do the West Palm Beach to Miami trip. I imagine it's gonna be busy. Nothing but drawbridges. Probably a lot of rich yahoos. I already lost my camping shower, so but they just cruise by in their 55-foot mega yachts. No concern for the little guy. Oh, that is one negative of the Peck Lake anchorage if you plan on staying here. The channel's right over there, and boats come through here. Not everybody's always courteous, and a lot of them cruise through here, and that'll cause some nice wake, whip you back and forth for a minute or two. But otherwise, this is great. I highly recommend Peck Lake. I'm in maybe 9-10 feet of water here, not too far from shore. I think we had 30+ mile-an-hour gusts last night, and the anchor held, so the bottom must be pretty good. So yeah, if you swing by this way, take a stop, stay a day. I did. It's pretty nice. for the trip. So I was excited. Probably got the lingo wrong, a little nervous. Probably called it a little too soon. I timed it. Took them less than a minute to get that bridge up, so they can work pretty quick. So good to know for the future. Signing off for now. All right, here I am, end of day 3. Goal today was to get from Peck Lake to West Palm Beach. Made it pretty close. I am in North Palm Beach, just a little shy of my goal. And the reason is that when I investigated the anchorages, this one seemed to be the best. There were quite a few right around the West Palm Beach inlet. But when I read about them, they had underwater obstacles and derelict craft in that area, and this one, which is in the extreme northern end of Lake Worth, had better reviews, so I stopped here, and it's pretty nice. It's a good one. Take a look around, huh? Other boats anchored here as well. Signs of civilization in the background, but you know, it looks quite a bit different than the Peck Lake anchorage, but here on the water, it's really the same. Nice and quiet. Nobody's out here. So it's really just as solitary, just different scenery around me. So glad I stopped here. Let's see. Anything noteworthy in today? Man, those bridges. Again, I had to go on the intercoastal waterway. The ocean was just too rough to try sailing the ocean. So from Peck Lake to Lake Worth, there were about, I don't know, 7 drawbridges. Half of which will open, you just radio and you let them know you want to go through and they'll open. The other half open every 30 minutes. Man, and those were a pain in the ass. There are a couple I missed by minutes, by 4 minutes, and I radioed the tower and they just wouldn't let me through. So, you know, I get it. They open at 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, whatever. But then you gotta sit there and just not move for 25 minutes until it opens again. Which is awful, especially on a Sunday in the waterway. When again, these rich yahoos, man. We don't have to be enemies. Look, sailboats and powerboats, we don't have to be enemies. You know, just powerboat captains, just be aware of what you're doing to us. I cannot go forward with that drawbridge down. It's obvious to me in the sailboat, but these other guys are zipping past me with their 1,200 horses worth of engines, and I'm rocking back and forth, and they're changing my course when I've got very little room to work with. Man, just slow it down. When you pass a sailboat, just slow it down for me. Same with that guy who made me lose my camping stove, man. I had to shower in the rain yesterday. I had to bathe in the lake today. Man, I wish I still had that camping stove. It's like a $10. Things have different value here in a boat, you know? I have an iPad, nice brand new iPad. Worthless. Worthless out here. Can't connect to Wi-Fi, can't watch YouTube. But that $10 Coleman camping stove, man, priceless. Anyway, so I'm gonna stay here overnight. Tomorrow's forecast looks pretty good. I actually think I'm gonna be able to get out in the ocean. I'm gonna try to get to, I don't know, Fort Lauderdale at least, maybe Miami if things go well. So I'm gonna try to get up early, head out the Lake Worth Inlet, turn south, and get as far as I can in one day. And I'm excited to actually sail, you know? I had to motor all day through that waterway, and that's just, it is what it is. You got to do it sometimes, but that's not why I'm here. So wish me luck. I'll I'll update you tomorrow. Alright, underway. It's a little later today. It's maybe 10:30 on, was it Monday, October 28th. Waited to leave just for the tides. Tides are gonna go out. I'm gonna try to go in the ocean today. So tides should be going out right about now. I'm gonna take them down to Lake Worth Inlet, exit in the ocean and head south and just see how far I can get. This Lake Worth, northern Lake Worth anchorage was great. So I recommend it to anyone in this area. Protected on all sides. Mostly quiet. There were some people water skiing in here, which I thought was odd, but whatever. They, you know, after dark they weren't there, so it was a very nice place to sleep. So I'll sign off for now, keep you updated throughout the day. Later. So I'm just about to turn east. Head up the inlet here at West Palm Beach. But this is a nice little area. This is Peanut Island over here. I'm in the Intercoastal Waterway at the moment, so this is Peanut Island just to the east of me. Some big port, obviously, right here. Hopefully you can see them, some big cruise ships. Big tankers up there. And just around this bend, the ocean. So, pretty excited. Should be good to get out there and actually do some sailing all day long. So, I'll check in with you later. Here we go, out the inlet to the ocean. A little rough, but that's because the tide's going out and the wind is blowing right against it. So, as you can possibly see, well, I don't know if you can with this camera, but just past that green buoy, calms down quite a bit. So, we should be out of this in about 1 minute. Definitely some big rollers in here. So I'm gonna put the camera down, focused on safety, but this is a big moment for me. Getting out of the inlet, into the ocean, full day of sailing ahead. That's why I'm here. Towboat US, this is sailing vessel Whisper. I've lost my engines and am in need of assistance. Over.